Yo, what the fuck is really good?
Good.
We're back again. This is What Did We Just Watch with another episode. It's your boy, Evan.
Your boy, Bobby, over here.
And it's your Apache helicopter, Poda.
Yes. And we're back again with another movie, and this movie, so bad. And, I mean, it's the Sorcerers Apprentice.
Oh, fuck! I hated this movie so
fucking
bad.
Fucking shit.
So, yeah, this movie was
The Nick Cage, newer classic.
I was gonna, but he didn't while as much as I wanted him to
while
while.
really at all.
I wanted him to get more craze.
I
Like the
did.
movie just sucked.
Yeah.
Like I wanted him to get like he didn't even chomp his teeth or just some weird
Have
like
you seen
Ghost
this
Rider,
one
like,
before?
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
This is my first episode.
And then the fucking lead, it was so whack.
We've been
His
talking about
name's
this shit for a minute too.
Jay. Jay Baruchel or some shit. God, why the fuck is he a leading character? He sucks.
He sucks as
Such
like
a weird
He
looking.
sucks as not a lead character.
I
It's like
know.
trying to
What
make
the
him
fuck?
More almost like
His
co-lead
best role.
with Nick Cage. It's like
His best role was Knocked Up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, he was at that?
Yeah, he
it's
was
like
the
a
one-
whole Seth Rogen
Oh, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
gang. Like they always in movie James Franco and shit.
Hey, look at my
Well,
pubes.
this
he
is the
just
end.
shaved it.
Was it This Is the End? Or that movie with they're all
Yeah,
playing
it's like
their all
the-
themselves
yeah.
and shit. Yeah, that one was funny as shit. He's like kind of like the main in that one too.
Yeah,
It's like
you're
the whole
right.
thing's
He
kinda
is.
like based on him. Like, why don't
Yeah.
you hit me up, Jay, when you come over to
That is the
come
main.
to yeah, he is the main. It's like, I don't know.
But all right, so let's just get right into it. Right off the bat, I mean, one of the main reasons is because the director, our boy John Turteltaub, which we have some
Meg,
history with.
The Meg, right? And
Yeah,
shit.
he's done.
So
Yeah,
that's
he
what I was
just
saying,
did.
we were having to
Meg.
talk about this movie because
Yeah,
did the
that's what we
synopsis
saw.
of it.
Yeah. So it's our boy John Turteltaub making. This is the beginning of his shit career. Well, not the beginning, but he's made other shit. But all right, so here's the synopsis. Dave Stutler, Jay, whatever the fuck, the loser, is just an average guy. But the wizard Balthazar Blake, Nick Cage,
Name!
sees in him a hidden talent for sorcery.
Nice
He
name!
becomes Balthazar's reluctant
They
protege.
all have nice names.
I know there's so many nice
I got
names.
some memory that you're skating the other day, or we were
Fucking
talking,
Balthazar.
it's
I'm
like,
gonna name my kid Balthazar.
Yeah, getting a crash course in the art of magic. As Dave prepares to help his mentor defend Manhattan from a powerful adversary, Alfred, whatever the fuck, he wonders if he can survive the training, save the city, and find his whatever blah 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 love story mixed in the middle of sorcery. So let's just crank it up from the fucking top. This movie was fucking bad. It took me a couple sittings to watch this.
It's
And
fucking
this is a
intro.
Disney movie.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Once I saw the Disney, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Nick Cage? All right.
That's why why he didn't while.
As much, yeah. They probably had more
They
people.
were like, Nick
the
Cage, we're
producers
hiring
probably
for a
had said,
Disney
like,
movie, but you can't be Nick Cage. You just gotta tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, so the intro goes straight into the lore of the movie. I guess.
Flashback.
The flashback
Britain
history.
754.
Yeah, Merlin is apparently a real person, and he has 3 apprentices.
Yes.
One of which being Balthazar, aka Nick Cage,
Correct.
and the other one being Doc Ock and Balthazar's pussy chick,
Yeah, some babe.
Yeah.
some babe.
She's a babe.
And their main bad person is this other lady who wants. What does she want? I don't fucking even know.
What?
The lady?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a backstory. The woman's coming in to take over the place.
I
Whatever.
forgot.
Pretty much, yeah. And they're fighting, and it turns out Doc Ock turns on Nick Cage and company, and then the hot chick ends up sacrificing herself and sucking in the bad chick.
Yes.
And Merlin dies, and then they lock her in the little Russian dolls.
Yeah, like the little, yeah.
Each one is like a different.
Each one's a
soul,
different,
like,
yeah.
kind
Each
of
one's a
thing.
different one, and he over time eventually collects more, and the dolls keep getting bigger and bigger and more. What the fuck are they? Sorcerers, I guess. Yeah, I was gonna call them
Yeah.
demons.
Yeah, they're not sorcerers.
And
Bad sorcerers.
yeah, and essentially Nick Cage is immortal, so he's waiting centuries for Merlin's successor called the Prime Meridian.
Let me go back up because I just when the woman is doing the magic and like she's getting the thing sucked in her body, she looks like she's fucking voguing or like dancing in a rave. She's like, oh yeah, and it's
Maybe that's
right?
where Suicide Squad got there. That chick's dance. Did you watch that
Nah,
one?
I saw it, but
I saw
no.
like half of it the other day for the first
The
time.
Enchantress. She's
Yeah.
like super evil belly dancing, and she's
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
fucking weird.
She comes out.
oh my god, yes.
You did see that?
Yeah.
I literally just watched it a couple times.
Sucks. So yeah, Merlin gives Nick Cage a key that will bring him to the Chosen One, the Prime Meridian, like Pote said. But the only one who could destroy this bad thing. And now we enter a montage of Nick Cage over the ages, just like aging, going through all these different eras.
Collecting sorcerers.
He's trying to figure out, he's giving it to all these kids. He's like basically a pedophile. He's searching for all the kids and giving them presents and shit like that. And then...
He's probably touching them throughout the centuries.
Yeah. And he's had different swags.
He's the longest lasting
This is the first thing I thought of. He's going through all this, and he's got different swags. He's looking normal. He's looking crazy. After all these years, why in 2000 whatever does he decide to look like a psychopath?
Yeah,
like, why?
Who walks out in a trench coat with a little leather cowboy
the
hat.
long hair, looking like an idiot.
The long hair, the vest.
Like, it just looks like a psycho. It's like, I've seen you look normal. What made him go like...
And you stop on that one?
Yeah,
Why did you change one
why?
more time?
Like,
why?
what the fuck?
It's like, it's modern day. This is what sorcerers wear.
He looks like, yeah, man.
I
Like,
go to,
what? Like, what
I
the
go to
fuck?
Sorcerer's, Gap, and then, they have all
So-
the leather that I fucking need.
So then, okay, hard cut to a Buzz Lightyear alarm clock. It's the year 2000. And then the classic, like, Jimmy Eat World, the middle, starts playing. And, I start getting in my nostalgia game. I'm vibing. I'm feeling it. Movie sucks.
And it's a little classroom field trip.
Yes.
He's on like a bus.
Yeah.
You're going over the bridge and
So
how does he draw that
Thank you!
thing perfectly?
Okay, so he's
Oh
so this is
God.
our main character as a child. So he's sitting on the bus and he's drawing on he draws on the glass like a King Kong but he's not on the building.
It's like
yet.
him holding a building, but
The
the
things
building's
are missing.
not there. Yeah.
So but then when you drive through perfectly like the
On the
Empire
bridge,
State Building
yeah.
on the bridge, it matches up
It lines up
perfectly.
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 How do you know what lane the bus driver's gonna pick?
And how
did
I know?
you guess on the
Like,
window
what
where
the-
to
how
draw?
did you
know the
size it?
dimensions?
Where
Yeah.
did you go to get that
I know.
perspective?
We
Like
understand.
what?
Like, this kid's like. Well, come to find out, he's like super like.
But then the
Crazy
camera's
thing.
panning. It's like, how long would it be in that? It shifts a little bit and it's out off rip. Like, how the fuck? And then the girl sees it from the back, or like a couple rows back. It's like, how would her perspective
is
be
completely
the same
off.
as her?
The
As
Empire
his?
State Building's over here,
Yeah.
and the thing's over there, but he's seeing it from another. I don't know. Like
He's a sorcerer.
Well, not yet.
He hasn't known. He hasn't even.
All right, well,
doing it.
Harry Potter fucking
Doesn't mean you could draw well.
disappeared
Doesn't mean
glass.
he can just draw.
Just because you could do one thing doesn't mean you could do
What
something
if
else.
he found the technique to where he kind of draws like a printer, so his arm just kind of goes back and forth and it goes down where it needs to. So it's just
It's not magic. That's you learn that after every. That's how every artist does it.
Really?
Yeah, it's not magic.
Sorcery.
But nah. Okay, so the girl looks over to him.
Sure, a wizard.
And he's on a field trip. It's like, how do you know that? It's like,
So
you
the
don't take the bus every day over the bridge.
Yeah, for real.
You're in school in
Yeah,
the
how
city.
the fuck?
You
I
never
didn't
been
even think
in,
of that.
You're on a field trip, a one-time trip to go there.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
the
just
field-
happen it perfectly, you just do it.
The
That's
field
like,
trip's tomorrow. Let me draw this so on the way there I
Yeah.
can hold it up.
Yeah, like,
I was like, how does he
what?
get to fit the building? And it's just,
To
he
see
does
if
it
I was
every
right.
day. It takes that same
Yeah,
bus ride.
but they're on.
Like,
Okay,
yeah.
but then the girl looks over and says that's cool and like starts feeling him, and then he looks over at his fucking homie, and his homie just goes like. He gives him like the ugly, like the thumbs up, the most awkward thumbs up, staring at him. But then like he's in vision line with the girl, like looking at him still. He's just looking like an idiot. Like, yeah, it's like what the fuck?
She wants to touch your dick.
Yeah, he's like, there's a little more low key there, buddy. So it cuts to them passing notes, and he's asking the girl to either be his friend or to be a girlfriend. Classic. And then, like a bitch, she checks one and leaves it on the curb for some reason. Like she doesn't even pass it back. It's like she just leaves it there.
That was
So
slick.
it wasn't awkward.
And then everybody-
that she's like, passing it back. You just put it down. It's like the whole thing is that you just drop something on the ground, walk away, and then the other person comes in the middle and like scoops it.
What
Like
the
you're buying
fuck
drugs.
is this guy? Yeah,
She's a
it's
drug
terrible.
dealer. She's a drug dealer.
And then, like, so everybody walks away, and then it starts becoming like a Simpsons gag, and the thing starts catching. It floats on the wind. It gets caught on a piece of gum under someone's shoe. And it's on a bike tire. You know what I mean? A dog eats it.
This
shits it up.
kid is fucking determined to
He's
catch
out.
this.
It goes
Yeah.
in like the gutter and like the
Fuck
gutter,
the
like,
class,
like,
fuck
yeah,
the teacher,
those
fuck
things.
everything.
He got to know.
This paper has
And then
my
he just
full
dips.
attention.
Yeah, teacher doesn't give a shit.
He literally runs away like
He runs-
5-6 blocks.
Dude, it's
at
forever.
least.
This goes on forever. It's like
so
5
long,
movie
yeah,
minutes.
and he's just running through like alleys and back streets of New York City. They're on a field trip walking through. He just takes off. No one's like, "Hey, get back here."
Yeah.
Nothing. He just fucking dips and then goes into some weird store.
Yeah, so it shoots into the mail slot.
Yeah,
It goes.
like some Harry Potter
Yeah,
shit.
Harry Potter.
So-
yeah,
so-
in the wind goes through the mail slot.
So it brings him in, he opens it up, and he's looking around, you know, and then Nick Cage just pops up looking like a psycho. And this is when I first decided, like, why did he decide to look like this? And Nick figures out that it's Nick Cage figures out it's coincidence, and then shows him the. Oh, okay.
It's coincidence that the paper flew into
the paper
that.
flew in.
funny,
Yeah,
the alley
exactly.
the street
That would bring him
store's
to
on,
that shop on
it
that day.
flew, like it comes down the alley and it shows like an overhead look of like the whole alley, like kind of street, and it shows literally like so much garbage and shit to make it look like a back alley in New York or like, newspapers and shit everywhere. It's like, I've never seen a street like that in New York. Like,
look that
it's
bad?
dirty, but like they literally filled the whole ground covered completely like in shit. It's like I've never seen like that's not real. Like,
What if they're like there was literally a parade here this morning, so
and
they haven't
like, how
cleaned
did
it
he
up.
only,
Even then,
the
they
one
usually
street
have
he goes down,
a
it's
cleanup
like
crews.
Yeah, like it gets from like someone.
Yeah,
cleaned
nice
up.
job, Hollywood. You fucking assholes.
There's like dump a bunch of garbage in this fake alley, and fucking make it look like New York and it's scummy. It's like no.
Yeah, so due to this coincidence, Nick Cage shows him the key or whatever, and it turns into a ring, and it starts moving around like a real dragon, and it wraps around the kid's finger. He's the fucking one.
He's the Prime Meridian.
Yeah, so he starts moving his hand, and then the Russian doll moves with the ring, apparently. I don't know why. He touched it, and he makes it open. For some reason.
He goes, don't touch anything. Walks away. I'm like, of course, movie talk. Don't touch anything. As
As
soon as they walk away, you're not.
But why would that thing that's holding one of the most craziest people in the whole world,
Multiple.
the easiest way to open is you touch it? Like, come the fuck on! Like, what?
How you gonna transport it?
How'd you get it there? How'd you close it? Like, it didn't. It's just why the fuck did like
he didn't put the magical barrier on it.
What?
You're a sorcerer. You couldn't put like a fucking spell on it where it can't be opened, like, or you can change it so it wouldn't
Put a
be
chain around it.
something.
Like what the
You can put magic.
He literally just touched it, and I forgot to do the Dorian 3-tap method on everything.
You never do.
So it opens for some
It's
reason,
like, hey,
and cockroaches.
if I find the Prime Meridian in a century or two, maybe I should change it so it doesn't just put one finger on it and it just pops open.
Right?
And
I know it's gonna be a kid.
It's
so
like, oh
he's
yeah,
gonna
he
be
can
an idiot.
defeat the fucking demon or the other sorcerer in there. It's like, why make it so he can just the sorcerer just comes out instantly? It's like, well, yeah, he can beat him, so let's just keep him locked in here so we don't even have to fight the dude in the first place.
Did you guys call it Prime Meridian too in your notes?
Prime Meridian.
Meridian.
Yeah,
Like
Prime
math, like
Meridian.
in math, right? There's a Prime Meridian.
It was the Prime Merlinian.
Merlinian?
Oh,
I put
Merlinian?
Meridian.
I
like,
put
Because it was
Meridian.
Merlin?
Prime. Ew. So they call him Prime Merlinian?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
Prime-
Meridian. What
Prime
did
Meridian.
I?
I said
Prime
Prime
Meridian.
Meridian.
Like
yeah.
in the
I said that as
math
a
term, like,
I
I
said
didn't
that
know
as
that was
a
a math
joke.
term.
Right? Yeah, find the Prime Meridian in like a...
That's what I thought he was saying.
No, I said that
That's
as a
what I
joke.
thought,
It's the
yeah.
Prime Merlinian.
Oh.
Because I kept thinking, I was like, is that the Meridian or Merlinian? I can't.
I thought it was Meridian.
So I went back and listened to it. It's Merlinian.
Oh shit.
Merlin.
Merlin,
Yeah.
that's whack. Alright, so then cockroaches start coming up like the fucking Men in Black
Merlinian.
guy, and it creates a fucking human.
It's not math.
Okay.
It's a geography like, plot on like a map. The Prime Meridian
Yeah.
is like 0.
It is math. It's geography.
What?
Same thing.
No, it's like...
Okay.
It's like...
Okay. And then, okay, so Nick Cage comes back and he gets in like a magic fight with this fucking psychopath now that just came out of the fucking little Russian doll. And of course there are no stakes in this. And they start sword fighting with Nick Cage holding a sword, but then the other guy is just making a sword float, but he's still like doing the motions with his hand. This
From
is
like far away,
Yes.
somewhere else, and he's
Just
like
so lame.
telekinesis,
It's
like
so lame.
he's fighting with nothing in his hand, and then the sword's over there fighting.
It's like I got an idea. You know what?
It's like
They're in the
VR.
right. Imagine
It's
the
like
writing
VR.
room. Like, okay, you get it. Okay, a sword fight, but magic.
Magical sword fight.
One guy is not
Yo,
even holding his
think about
sword.
this.
Let's touch tips.
Think about how fucking stupid this is. They're both fucking sorcerers. Why didn't they both have? It's just two swords fighting
Yeah,
each
you're right.
other.
He's holding
And he
it
can
like-
be over, he can be over there too, chilling. He's stronger.
That
than
would be
him.
worse. There'd be no stakes.
Why don't you just spawn
Exactly.
a sword already impaled in him?
I don't know. It's so fucking stupid.
Exactly. What's
So
the
Nick,
fuck?
okay, then after that, speaking of, after this sword fighting, Nick Cage fucking Kamehamehas him, and he misses. And then homie just fucking, like, torches the place. But Nick Cage is fireproof, and he, like, jumps through the fire and gets him in a fucking rear naked. And then he gets them both sucked into the little tube or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They get trapped in there with
the
him.
Big ass one.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And then the kid grabs a doll, and he runs out, and he throws it. And then all of a sudden, his class just pops up.
I put that,
Say,
like,
hey,
how
we
did
found you. What are you doing?
Literally,
here?"
Opens the
right
door,
there,
throws it,
they're
and
there.
The teacher's like, "Hey, get over here!" And it's
Yeah.
like all the kids are just
And
standing there.
the bus isn't even there. It's just all the kids and the
But he
teacher
comes
literally
running-
standing
he comes running
outside.
out.
He
And
ran
got
for so
wet. He
long.
got wet because Nick Cage did like water and shit to put the fire out, and like the place is like burning down, craziness inside.
They had a GPS on his back.
But it's all
He-
magic.
And then he comes out, he walks out, and then he's like, oh, ha, 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 he peed his pants. 'cause he
Yeah,
got
oh
water
yeah,
on him.
they got a little
And he starts like
piss.
he's having like a little emotional breakdown,
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of like panic attack, and then he's like, no, the place is on fire, there's water. And then they look inside and it's back. It's just no.
Okay, yeah, I didn't get why everything was perfect. Why did
Because
that
it's
only
magic
happen?
words outside the base.
But so everything that happens for the rest of the movie, is it only they can see it, or does everybody see it?
Everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
People
So where
see
does it
later
end and
on.
where does it
the
begin?
The giant dragon and shit.
Yeah, everybody. That's on the dragon. The humans turned into the dragon. Let's get there.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's what I'm saying.
see
But
that, but they
why
don't see-
here do they
yeah.
not see this?
Why couldn't they do that with every other scene where they're like destroying shit? It's like
I don't get it.
no,
This is
everything
the only time this happens.
Normalized.
This is the
scene,
only
like,
time
yeah,
this
looks,
happens.
Looks normal to me. Yeah,
He
yeah.
pisses his pants. Okay, 10 years later. 10 years later, it's now the loser. The kid we know. He presses his alarm on his watch so hard. Okay, he wakes up to his watch alarm. And to turn it off, he presses it so hard, because I guess to go with the noise, like to make the sound. Like here's like it just looks like the fakest push. Is like, bloop. His arm goes like 3 inches back when he pushes. Like, no one pushes a button like that, you fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and his roommate, has anyone ever watched the show Ray Donovan?
Yeah. No.
No? I mean, not Ray Donovan, fucking Ballers.
Yes.
I've seen it.
You watch it?
Mm-hmm.
You know the guy that's in this, that's in that?
Who's it?
The manager. He's like he turns into like the manager of like football or whatever, football team. He's in this fucking movie. It's his roommate. The fucking black dude.
Why did I not remember this?
Oh,
yeah. I know you're talking
What?
about.
No.
I know
But you know
yeah,
him
yeah,
in that show too. Do you know him in Ballers?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the
I hate
lineman.
him in that movie, and then he becomes like a fucking. But I just can't take him. I think he's terrible. I don't know. It's in that.
I remember him from American Pie Band Camp.
That's what it's from. I knew it. I knew him from
Band
something.
Camp.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks like such a jit. And he's supposed to be like a 40-year-old man, but he looks like a fucking child. I just can't take him. No, in Ballers, I hate him in that. His role was, the casting choice was fucking terrible. I can't take him serious at all. But okay, so that's his fucking roommate. And he's a loser. They're both losers. And okay. He has the fucking Prime Meridian ring in his sock drawer for some reason. And then I'm like, does he just bring it around when he just moves and just throws it in a sock drawer every time? You know what I mean? Like, he said it's been 10 years.
And he said that, well, later on he says that he takes.
I know, but at
he's
this point, I didn't know.
therapy.
Yeah.
And he still keeps it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, about that. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, he still brings
It's like
it.
that would probably be one of your steps. Hey, get rid of that shit because it just brings back your hallucinations.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So yeah, so then
What goes him in class?
yeah, so it cuts to him in class, and he's setting up a demonstration, and he drops a piece of paper, and he goes to pick up the piece of paper in front of one of the students, and he lifts his head up and literally just stares at the girl's vagina for at least 30 seconds.
Like fishnets or something, like stockings.
Yeah,
like
he's right in front of her. The paper's under her desk.
Staring up her legs, like it pans up her foot, like upper leg, and she has her legs like crossed, like whatever. She's in like a skirt and everything, and then like
he didn't give a
he's
fuck.
like, God
What?
damn, just like scoping up her skirt, and then he just like looks up, and he just like, I forgot, he starts talking to her. He's like, oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, wait, aren't you so-and-so? It's like, how long have you been taking this class? You've known this girl since 4th grade.
Wait, he's doing a demonstration for something.
No, he's in, like, that's his class, because he's helping her with class and shit.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
How
Wait,
have
is
you-
he?
Yeah, because he's always there. And she's like, he remember they're walking later on, and she's like, oh, I got it, this is my class.
Yeah.
And she goes into another class, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, and he keeps going with his, like, bag.
Yeah.
So he sent her a presentation for class. Like, he remembered his
That is
Tesla
weird.
coil was his project
Yeah.
for school. So it's like...
She is a babe.
Yeah, she is. It's like, how have you not noticed the girl that you've had a crush on since, like, you knew her in elementary school? Like, I'm assuming you in middle school. You keep going, and then eventually you go to college. And it's like, oh, we're both at MIT or wherever the fuck they're at. It's like, how do you not know she was in your class this whole time?
But- and then
Until
she's-
you look at her vagina under her desk, and you're like, oh, hey.
I remember that vagina.
Oh, hey. I
But
remember.
no, so yeah, he starts talking, and they
I
start.
wonder what she checked. Did they show what she checked on the paper before it blew away?
No, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing at the end. He asked her. But yeah, so right now, they're talking, and they're like, yeah, we wonder what happened to you because he changed schools and all that. And then he goes, apparently what they diagnosed him with was a low glucose problem. And I'm sitting here thinking, there's a deeper issue here in this movie of fucking misdiagnosis going on. You know what I mean? He got misdiagnosed. He's been living with this his entire life.
What happens to the next kid that gets low glucose and he sees this movie? He's just be like, no, I'm a sorcerer.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I thought about was like, because he's obviously not. He's like, so how did they come up with those test results? You know what I'm saying? Because he's obviously not. He's a sorcerer, so he doesn't have low glucose. Yeah. So how did that come up on the tests? Right? How did they test for that?
He subconsciously altered the test to help him out to cover
But
up
it's
his
like, how come his
sorcery.
We need another movie on the hospital and doctor he fucking went to.
They didn't run the sorcery tests.
So what do you do as a sorcerer? Like, you're not a sorcerer until someone tells you, like, hey,
If
you're
you got a little
Nick.
book.
It was unconscious self-defense.
How is he getting older? And then, like, Nick Cage has been, like, the same age forever. Like, how's this kid?
I don't get how that works.
And why would you want to be that age
Why would you pick and look like that?
I know. I'd rather
Cut your hair! You've been 30 or 1,000 years old. Cut your fucking hair.
Well, at least-
Why is your hair growing anyway? You're immortal and you don't age or anything.
At least go younger with the hair. Like,
How
be 21 with the hair.
Like, alright, your hair's gonna grow and it's gonna continue on like normal life, but you're gonna stay 49 years old and look like a bum. I was like, how the fuck? Like, why?
So
I like this look with my leather vest.
So he does a presentation. He comes in his pants from the girl's vagina, and then the class is over. And he starts spitting game to her while it's raining. And they walk to a radio station because, of course, this fine babe has this really cool, like, random job. Like, yeah, I work at a radio station.
Yeah, it's a college movie.
Like,
Like,
come
I
on.
work for the college radio.
Come on.
I do the college
Yeah,
radio
right? Like,
broadcast
what?
at like 1 in the morning.
It
The
was
only
just
girl
something I
to be
fell
working at
into.
the college radio was not any this woman that has a face for college radio.
Yeah.
You know, she's fucking a babe. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Okay, so, and then, of course, then lightning strikes the antenna, and then it fucks up all the shit. And then, of course, since this dude's a fucking nerd,
Here he comes to save the day.
he goes in and saves the day, and she fucking gets wet from his physics.
Here he comes to save the day.
And then, so he slides back to the crib, you know what I mean, after he sets her up. She's doing a radio show, and he goes home and do his experiment, and he's listening to her show. And he turns on the lightning maker, and the song that fucking plays is so
I
corny.
had to put a nice ass song.
I feel like it shouldn't be
It
here.
plays multiple times.
Thank
I
you.
hate it.
But I feel like
Every
it
time
shouldn't...
like they do something, him
Yeah.
and her. And
My
it just-
question is this:
it's like-
was it a popular song at the time?
At
I want to
the
look it
time,
up.
yeah.
So they probably paid
so-
to put that because it's in the song. It's in the movie three times.
That time.
Three fuck.
Another
And then
time.
a lightning.
At the end.
want to
I don't even remember the
I
song.
don't know. I don't remember.
I
the
forgot
song.
it, but yeah, I wanted to look it up
Yeah.
because if that song came out then, I know they paid him or something to put that song
For
in multiple
sure.
times, like come on,
I'll
to make it a
look
fucking
it up.
hit.
I'll
Look
look
it
it
up,
up.
look it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget what it is.
Yeah, what's his name? What's the name of the song?
I don't know. I just know it's like that part.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want to hear, and then puppy 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 pa. That one.
Yeah, what's it called?
Secrets by One Republic.
Look it up and see when it came out.
Oh, it's One Republic.
The Sorcerers Apprentice Secrets.
Oh my
It's
god.
literally that's what it says on the song, on the video. And the music video is part like it looks like the movie.
Get the shit out of here. Look it up. When did it come out? It either came out for that, like, or the exact same. This was 2010. This no, 2000. What movie? What year was this? 2010. Yeah.
2009.
Damn. Yeah.
So,
So,
right
yeah.
at the end, it was like a pop. It was like,
Yeah.
it was probably popping.
As they were making the movie, probably he wrote the
Yeah,
song and
yeah.
then
Oh,
released.
yeah, because the movie came out.
So
in
definitely,
2010,
they played
but
so many fucking. Okay, so then it cuts to the people's apartment with the jar. Okay, yeah. So these people apparently had the antique this whole time, and it cuts to their apartment, this old couple, and the fucking thing is shaking for God knows why. And then the guy busts out, and then he asks the people if he's the first one out. Why
he
would
know?
he be? What?
He's the
Wouldn't
last.
he know?
The other ones can't get out. Well, unless he doesn't know if people like are captured after him.
How did he even get out?
But you
Their
couldn't.
sorcery is strong.
You couldn't get out unless
It's been
somebody,
thousands of years.
Either you're the last layer of this Russian doll, or somebody else got out before you. So that's maybe why.
Not even. What the? No one ever got out before. Just
That
now
or
got out.
time is just really slow there.
No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so he just gets out randomly. And then he throws the jar out the window, but right when Nick Cage is coming out. And he gets out before it falls to the ground, and he, like, grabs onto a window. It's so fucking dumb. And why do they come out now? Nick Cage has a nice-ass hat. The guy now pulled up 2 days...
Some of the shit I wrote, I'm like, I don't even remember this shit. Something about wolves opening a door.
What? Yeah.
Or they cut back to like old time or some shit. I don't even remember.
Yeah,
I
I
shit
can't read
written
my
down,
shit.
I'm like, I
'Cause
don't
I
know.
did the talk shit, and it's looking like it didn't pick up as well. as I
I
thought.
put nice ass metal bird. So when the metal bird.
Oh
comes
my
and
god, he
scoops
comes
up.
up. Yeah, he comes up on the fucking stone. Oh yeah, and then the fucking bad guy can apparently make things come to life from pictures. He gets pictures of wolves, and then he
that's
just
what it-
makes
yeah,
them come to life.
Yeah, because then that's what I was like. Oh, wolves know how to open doors.
Oh.
When they come out and they start trying to like attack fucking Nick Cage.
Yeah, and then he gets away on a flying gargoyle.
Yeah.
It's a metal
So-
steel bird or gargoyle.
It was a
or-
gargoyle.
They had wings. And
Yeah.
it was metal.
Gargoyles have wings.
Okay, here's what I don't get to. So,
Yeah.
but Nick Cage,
I haven't seen gargoyles in a long time. I still love that shit.
Nick Cage then gets the bad guy. Nick Cage then gets the bad guy in like a freezing spell. Like he stops him. That was easy.
You could have done that.
Why didn't you do that before?
You know
You
what I'm saying?
fucking idiot!
And then for some reason, what he does is he slides. Why don't you just take him out right there? You got and then right when he leaves, he unfreezes him right before the train comes and he gets away.
Like he's
Why
gonna.
don't you conjure a knife and slit his throat?
You
Or
really
lock
think-
him up again. You did it once, twice.
Why did you just kill him? Why is he
I-
opposed
I'm
to
gonna
killing him?
unfreeze him so the train hits
Why
him.
is he
He's a
opposed to
sorcerer.
him?
I'm pretty sure he can get away from it. I'm pretty sure like a train's not gonna kill a sorcerer.
Doesn't make any sense. And then
For real, you can turn guns into jackrabbits.
stupid. So then they go to the roof. It's the main dude, right? And then our Nick Cage. They go to the roof, and then Nick Cage starts dropping mad exposition. You know, it's like, why is it taking all these thousands of years for them to destroy the world? These bad people.
Right.
Why?
They're so powerful.
It's just these arbitrary things that don't make. Why?
He captured all them and defeated them basically and got them all in this little fucking Russian doll. But he needs this kid 1,000 years later to defeat him.
Yeah.
You're obviously stronger than him. You fucking stopped them from doing it
It's
before.
been 1,000 years of
And you're
nothing. Like, it's
you're the
been
only
good.
one-
Like, everything's
you're
been
just
fine.
chilling. You're chilling. You
What?
stopped all the
Hey,
sorcerers.
now that I'm back, the world's in danger.
Yeah, it's like, seems like it's his fault.
Fucking
He comes in, he's
asshole.
like, hey kid, I found you. You're like the most powerful sorcerer. Hey, by the way, let's just release these other sorcerers and just have them attack the world.
Yeah.
It's like, you already defeated them once. They're like locked away. Why did it all of a sudden just
Need
kick up
him.
again out of nowhere? If you found that kid, guess what? I'd be like, hey, they're still locked up.
And
You
then-
don't have to worry about it. Don't tell the kid the thing.
Yeah.
Like, he touched it and did all this shit.
Exactly, caused it.
You caused because you went and found the kid. Why do you need him if he's locked in a
Yeah.
fucking thing for 1,000 years? Don't ever let him out.
Don't ever let him out.
Remember he fucking made it, he made it invisible? Like they put it somewhere and they made it
Yeah.
invisible?
Yeah.
Go to the middle of
Yeah.
fucking nowhere and make it invisible and just leave.
Put it at the bottom of the ocean. Like,
This
what?
a kid in New York City is never gonna find a thing if you put it in the middle of fucking
Yes, and let him
Africa in
forget
a
about
hole
it.
and make it
Yeah.
invisible so no one ever sees it. This kid's never gonna touch it, so guess what? Those people are never gonna fucking come out and the world's never gonna end. Nick Cage can look like a bum for the rest of eternity.
Drop it in the fucking
So then,
ocean.
I didn't like this part. So Nick Cage is talking to the guy, you know, and the kid's like, "No, I didn't. I try to forget about this. They all than that." And Nick Cage is like, "Oh yeah." And then he summons the kid's dresser with the ring in it. He makes the whole dresser
Why can't you
fly.
just bring the dresser? I
He
mean, the ring.
fucking
Why can't
just
you bring the
flies
ring?
over.
Why can't you
Like,
bring the ring?
what did his roommate think? What do you
The dresser just gets up and leaves their house.
Imagine you're sitting at the crib and Pete's fucking dresser flies out through the fucking window. Nothing was open. Did it break the window? What
Did it go
happened?
through the wall?
They're like,
Did
what?
it go through the wall or did it just smash a dresser shaped
You come home and
through
there's a
it?
giant hole in your fucking
Nobody
apartment.
noticed in New York City.
Your roommate's
dresser,
dead? Yeah.
A dresser flew across New York City onto a building. And
Somebody's
no one
working
knows.
late, like in a cubicle, and like in the building, you just see
You're on,
like in
like,
the
the
mirror,
12th floor,
or the window, yeah. Ow! Just the fucking dresser.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that was a nice French dresser.
Just to open the top shelf to pull
get
out the ring. Motherfucker, just summon the ring! What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? Why can't you do
Why did it have
that?
to fly through the air? No one at work, no one in New York noticed a fucking 6-drawer dresser fly through the air. Jesus.
So
I got excited.
yeah. All right.
You
So
have a chub, don't you?
yeah. So then it cuts, and then
Full show.
so then they cuts, and
It looks little.
they go and pick up Nick Cage's old car that's been impounded for 10 years, and now it's about to go into Sorcerer
It's a
101
fucking
training.
Model A, like Ford Model A, like from fucking hundreds of years ago. Why would you have that?
And then,
Oh, the guy's name is fucking. I wrote it down. Doc Ock's name. Did you like hear it? Horbath.
Horbath.
Ew.
Remember, as I was getting all the names.
I don't know.
Horbath.
Horbath.
And then
Who's
so,
Why is your name
Who's
Horbath?
Doc Ock? What?
the bad guy.
The bad guy.
His name is Doc Ock.
No, he was Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
and then-
yeah.
And then Nick Cage starts telling him about how magic is. He gives him like a physics explanation. You know what I mean? Like molecules, they vibrate, and then that's like the cause of like
kid
this
built
magic.
a Tesla
they try
coil
to like.
in his fucking room. Of course he knows what the about molecules and shit. Fucking retarded. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, that's why
Oh, yeah, and then-
fucking applied astrodynamic physics is so easy to you.
And then,
Because you're a
because you're a
sorcerer.
sorcerer. Of course. Because then he
he
so then
had
he
no
looks
idea the
over,
whole time.
and then so then Nick Cage he goes look for an example. He looks over and there's a cop writing someone a ticket,
But they're on a
and Nick
roof.
Cage just
They're, like,
fucking
the top of
no,
the-
they're on the car right now.
Oh, yeah.
And then so Nick Cage like, assaults this police officer by fucking lighting the ticket on fire. And I was like, what the fuck? Nick Cage is a piece of shit. It's like an innocent woman.
He's right in the street, he's like, fucking lighting shit
like,
on fire.
what? She's traumatized. We're like, what the fuck just happened? So the crazy guy goes back to where it all happened to find out where he threw it in the street. And it's been fucking 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make any sense. The bad guy. And he pulls like a fucking He pulls. Okay, who played the Green Goblin? What's that actor's name?
Fuck.
He's in like a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I know. That's why I needed to say a name to give him to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
William Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So then the bad guy pulls a fucking William Dafoe in Boondock Saints and imagines exactly what happens.
We're just watching that. Kenny. Were you there?
No.
Oh, we watched
But
it.
the little
exactly
flashback.
what happened. Like, what? What?
When he's walking around, he's like,
He's a sorcerer.
This is so fucking stupid.
It's one of his tricks.
It's so okay. So then in his fantasy or whatever, some random Asian just comes and picks it up, and then
That's racist.
now she can sense that some. So she can sense what? So she goes and picks it up. Okay. Then this guy is talking shit to him to get out of the road. Oh yeah. So he's standing in the road doing this, and some guy in a car is talking shit to him, telling him to get out of the road. And then he's
get out of the way, freak!
But the guy that says it looks like such a fucking pussy. Did you see him? I'm like, what the fuck is this loser gonna do? Yeah.
I'm like, why?
So then the guy kills him.
It's like I look like a goblin. I got nothing to lose.
And then he kills him.
Yeah. It's like, why in movies people are just so ballsy?
I know.
See a guy walking down the street like looking all crazy. It's like, get out of the way, freak! It's like, you don't know that now in every movie like those people
Straight
are
to freak, like to honk your horn or something, like
Something.
straight to talk shit, and then now he's dead.
Now you're dead. I wish that happened in more movies, like, you know, in like fucking Johnny Tsunami and shit like that. Like, who's this freak? They just get on people, like, this should all just get blasted.
So then, okay, now it cuts and Nick Cage is in like an antique store, and there's this old, Asian woman or Mandarin or whatever.
Fucking
He's
blast.
talking to her. Yeah, they're talking, and then all of a sudden Nick Cage just starts beating the shit out of this woman, and then
Launch her across the room, like,
Yeah.
sticking your head like body shots on her. And
but then we
shit.
find out it's actually the bad guy, and he's playing it off. He pulled the
He's
fucking
disguised
Mission
as
Impossible.
Yeah, disguised.
Um,
And then, yeah, battles through that, and then it turns into that big battle scene in Chinatown where, like, a fucking dragon comes.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is what I didn't get.
I
Okay.
love how early. I put it down and
Okay.
I love how earlier they were like, he's like, yeah, when he's explaining all this, he's like, he's like training them kind of. He's like, don't let normal people see magic. Like, don't bring it out in normal times. You fucking have a 75-foot dragon wrecking Chinatown.
Made by 10 humans that were in a puppet. Like, they had, like, the classic...
The Chinese, or they're riding through the street
But
with
then it starts turning real. Imagine if you were in that thing and all of a sudden that started happening, bro. I would freak the fuck.
That would suck. But, okay.
Ow.
But what I didn't get was the bad guy that's controlling it, another guy that popped out, he's controlling this dragon by his belt. Like, there's a dragon on his belt, and he, like... How odd of a thing? Why? Like, what?
Let's try to be creative here.
Just use magic.
How did the other Horbath or whatever gets out of the thing, and then he immediately goes to that weird fucking that rocker-looking dude with like the weird hair and shit. Yeah. And that guy's a sorcerer too. It's like, why hasn't this guy done anything? Like, why doesn't Nick Cage know about him? Why does he not know about Nick Cage? They live right down the street from each other. And he just immediately comes out of the thing. He's like, all right, I'm chilling with another sorcerer. All right, that's cool.
So the dragon's tripping you, everything's getting crazy, and all of a sudden, our main character pops out and blasts him, and he stuns the dragon. He's got some magic. And then Nick Cage comes out and he finishes him off with a fucking fireball.
He's got the power!
But then, for some reason, this means that the dragon now turns back into human.
And everybody's just standing there looking at
They're
him.
perfectly fine.
And the whole town's just
How does that work?
They're like, what the fuck was that? We just turned into a dragon.
And got killed.
Yeah, and then
they were alive.
No, but I'm saying the dragon got killed.
They blasted the dragon, or maybe it was like a fireball spell, and it turned
What
back
the-
into humans.
What the fuck? How many?
Then fucking a million cops show up.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Because
this is
everybody's
pretty
freaking out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the next thing you know, it just cuts to them, and they're both dressed as like cops with like
Nice
mustaches.
stashes.
That
And
was a smooth
This is funny.
transform.
He's
This
like,
is funny.
he's like brushing his stash with his
Yeah.
fingers. He's like,
I like this part.
And
I
they
like
start
that.
talking like newer cops, like, yeah, a
Yeah.
bunch of guys there in some poppy or some shit. He started getting on.
And then
them,
so
like,
okay,
talking
let me.
shit.
Yeah, was
Was
this like a joke that you're supposed to like stereotype? Because he's like actually they were Mandarin or what did he say? No, it's.
Oh, he's like, oh, they had way too many sake bombs, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
he's
and
actually Sake's
He's like,
Tokyo.
Sake is actually Japanese.
Yeah, and they look at him all weird.
They'll look at each other like, who the fuck's this smart guy over
That's
here?
what I'm thinking. So is it supposed to be like?
Where'd he go? College?
Yeah,
You fucking smart.
college boy over here.
You fucking smart as everything. What the fuck you
Like
think
he's
you are?
not college boy. Go
Oh,
read a
hold
book.
on. Sorry, Albert Einstein over
Yeah,
here. The
but
Japanese.
right, was that the whole? Was that
Yeah,
the whole
that was
thing?
like,
Like he
yeah.
was okay.
Super stereotype, like,
You're
I
supposed
can't
to,
tell Asian apart.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was thinking.
We're in
Okay.
Chinatown and
Yeah.
Sake's Japanese. Like, what?
So yeah, that
and then
scene
like they
was
almost
nice.
like catch him. They're like, these are real cops.
That's how you know. You're like, wait, what? Let me show you your badge number. Show me your badge number.
And then like they all just get like suspicious. Like this guy's way too smart to be a cop. Like what the
Wait,
fuck? Wait, he's fucking weird.
He's a cop.
Yeah, no,
He's a cop.
I keep trying to do a Boston accent in New York. Like,
What if his badge number was literally just a mirrored image of his, and he like noticed it? It was just like the mirror image. Like what the fuck?
Nick Cage plays off. He's like, this fucking guy, some shit. And then they walk away, and he's like, why'd you have to do that? Like, he almost got his car. It's like, oh my god, because you knew Saki was from Japan and not
so
China,
funny.
and all of a sudden they're like, this can't be real cops. They must be fucking faking it.
I like it. That was
fuck?
Even so, they're sorcerers. They can get the fuck out of anything that they want.
Why can't they just put it into that guy's mind? Like,
But I would,
all right, see you guys later.
But I was just thinking, this is a multi-layered movie that they hate in this. First, it's our failing medical system with their misdiagnoses, and then it's our stereotyping cops that it's like, damn, this movie's really trying to tell us something on the low. Yeah, like that they're racist. Cops are racist.
Mid-2000s, man. That shit was low key back then.
2010, but now after this, he wants to be trained. He's fucking
almost
hyped.
mid now. It's almost 2020. So.
Each 10 years is like, right, the thing.
What do you mean?
It's like mid-90s, mid-2000s. Mid-2000s would be like 2000 to 2010. 2009.
Yeah.
And this movie came out in
2010.
Yeah,
it was the new. How is that mid-2000s?
That's the
That's
end
the
of
10s.
2000s.
Or the 10s.
Or the beginning
Or
of the
teens.
10s.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to like from 2000 to now,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
in the middle of where we are now.
Okay.
What do we call this era?
I don't know.
It sucks.
20s.
The 10s.
Teens, yeah. Wait.
The
What?
2010s.
Shitty time.
Apparently. What?
I got nice ass shoes because he brings them back.
A burger spot? Did someone go to get burgers?
Yeah, he said he was hungry, so they went and got burgers.
Oh, okay. No, I wrote it down wrong. I used the talk, so it's all fucked up. It says, this bed swords your guys goes to a burger spot and the manager or something knows him and apparently can get them like a fucking squat. Doesn't make sense.
He asked a cook to recruit.
Oh yeah. He goes to a fucking burger spot.
Horbath.
And it's a fucking guy, a burger flipping guy, and he just automatically knows everything, and he goes there to try to recruit magicians or like sorcerers. It's like, where is this guy going from? Who is this?
Does he throw up a magical beacon for any sorcerer? He's like, hey,
Why?
I'm the guy if you need help.
Like what?
And he's like, hey, I know a dude. And this dude happens to be like the fucking Chris Angel of magic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's where that guy came from.
Yeah.
It turns out to be like the Chris Angel
the
of
Chris
magic,
Angel.
but he's
I
like
was
real.
The guy, like, how did he?
It's like, I'm the best magician in the world.
Yeah.
The best.
That's why I was like, where the fuck did this dude come from? He's like a sorcerer and all this shit, but he didn't like, no, like he's a bad sorcerer, so he's with the other Horbath.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. I forgot about it.
So then there's a montage of our main character trying to do Kamehamehas.
And he says that the school gave him this abandoned kind of subway station because his experiments are too dangerous. What the fuck kind of budget do they have to be giving this one student access to an abandoned subway station?
Yeah, for real.
And just kind of make
That's
fun out of it
convenient.
with Tesla coils.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? He better be like their number one student or
They're
something.
trying to zap cancer
he still has to
away?
do like fucking presentations in normal class with that.
Yeah, it's like, why are you still in
He has a subway station with Tesla coils in it.
What is the purpose of his
He should be teaching
experiments?
classes.
What is like the purpose of his experiments?
Exactly. I don't know what
He doesn't have a purpose.
So,
It's just to understand.
Oh, you want to try to build a Tesla coil? All right, the school just gonna give you
That's a
subway
giant
station.
investment just to understand something.
So then Nick Cage and him are taking a break. They go and eat some burgers at this bench where he likes to stalk this girl now because it's right in front of her radio station. So they're about to munch, and he sees her come out, and he runs up and tries to holler at her, and he walks with her to the subway station. And then this fucking giant dude robs him at knife point, right? He robs him at knife point, and then then the guy runs away, and then the guy, our main character, thinks about it for a second. And then he chases him. The girl's like, no! But because it was like her bracelet, her grandma gave her the bracelet or something like that. So, this is pretty, I don't know. And he goes up there and he starts fucking, tell me what happens. This is written shitty on mine.
He goes up there and he's like, and he tells him to stop. He's like, hey, I need you to give me back the bag now with the bracelet and everything like that. And he's like, what are you gonna do about it? And then he's like, this. And then he uses the ring and he grabs up a trash can and he starts levitating it behind him. And then the guy's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hold on a minute." And then dude turns around and then he's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" It's like, and then he looks back at the other dude. He's like, "Hey, you seeing this shit?" He's like, "Yeah, hold on." And then he kind of sucks it back and then he smacks him with the fucking trash can and knocks him right out. That was funny.
I was entertained.
His reaction was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought it was like it was like something that if somebody was filming it from the side, that's the reaction that you would expect that guy to have.
That was pretty funny. So, yeah, he knocks him out and he gets the bracelet back and then...
Say this shit. It's good. Yeah, he knocks him out, grabs his shit, and he's got some nerdy game, and he's spitting it to her, and then he asks, he's like, "Hey, by the way, just to let you know, if you need help with the physics, I can help you out. I'd be more than happy to." And she's like, "Yeah, how about tomorrow at 8 o'clock at your house?" Or whatever the fuck.
And then he goes, "I'll
Dora's
text
like,
you the address," but he doesn't have her number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, it's a date. I mean, it's a date. I mean, and then like subway doors
It's not a
closing.
date.
A date. He's like, I mean, like an appointment.
Yeah.
It's an appointment. And he fucking totally fucking blows it.
Yeah.
Somehow the babe still wants him.
Because it's a movie.
And then Nick Cage shows up out of nowhere, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then he was like, I beat up or whatever the dude with his magic." And he's walking around in public, and nobody notices this fuckhead's attire. Like I would be staring my ass off.
Well,
like,
they're in
what
New
are you
York, so I
wearing?
give him that. They probably use the psychopath. But so they're down there training, and then the girl Becky, I think is her name, she just knocks at the door, and then she just shows up. And he takes her downstairs. Nick Cage, he makes him go away. And he shows her his experiment where the electrical currents are able to create sounds, just, because they're different wavelengths, I guess, and stuff like that. And then he's able to create songs and melodies with, these different lightnings. And then, of course, here he comes. He starts playing the same fucking song, the One Republic song.
Listen to my radio.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, it's the second
And he's like
time.
talking about music. Yeah, and they play the song again, and she's like, "What you listen to?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, it's so
Oh yeah, that's a song. So he starts talking about that, and then he's like, and like he has that weird voice, the fucking main character, and then he gets to that point, he's like, "I'm just sappy," and I put, "I'm sappy" in meh voice. That's what I put. He's like, "I'm sappy, I guess." Yeah.
Okay.
And then fucking I got after that. He fucking alright. So he like walks with her, and they go to school, and then he walks with her like class and everything. He's like, yeah, he's helping her with her midterm and all this shit.
She goes to yoga.
Oh, it's like a yoga
And then
class.
he goes to take a piss.
Yeah. And then I put, why is she in fucking NYU for like physics and all this shit? But then it's like, I don't know how to do this. It's like, and then he's like tutoring her. It's like, why are you even in that school in the first place? I don't know, like.
Because she can, but she just wants his
She's there for
nerdy
communications.
dick and dick.
So you go to like a fucking crazy like smart ass school to do radio. You can go to a community college and do a radio there, and not fucking have to be like, all right, now I got to do a fucking physics test and all this shit. It's like, how the fuck did you get into NYU in the first place? You obviously got to be somewhat smart to get into fucking NYU. It's like, I don't know. Why does she need help if she's in a fucking prestigious school in the first place? It's like, I don't know.
She wants them.
Maybe she's just psyching it.
Yeah.
I was great in journalism in high school. I got here. Now I'm taking physics.
I did the school fucking paper every day in high school. Oh yeah, guess what? I got an NYU, I'm doing a physics major and all this shit. But I just want to talk on the radio station.
So then, she goes to yoga, and he goes to take a piss, and then our Chris Angel-esque magician comes in. And I thought this was a kind of a funny back and forth between them or something like that.
High heels.
He has high heels on?
The Chris Angel dude in the
Really?
bathroom?
Yeah, he has like those
Oh, he's got like high heels on.
No way.
Like boots or
Like these boots, like he's got
They were
like an
made for
extra
walking.
3 inches on this.
They were made for
I didn't even
walking.
see that.
Yeah, he does. And then
Like,
Nick Cage, or I think it was Nick
perking
Cage.
his butt
No, does the main character or Nick Cage get on? But he's like, what are you in Depeche Mode? Because he's wearing like his nice ass clothes.
He looked weird as fuck.
But I thought that was funny. He's like, come on. He's like, all right, try it without the ring. Or like he's trying to get him to like do some magic.
He's
I
like,
thought that was
oh,
pretty
yeah.
funny, like getting some on him.
But how does this guy actually have real magic? Like, how does he like fight him?
Because he's a sorcerer too.
Yeah, he's an apprentice. He describes it in the book, but who
Yeah.
cares? But okay, so then in comes Nick
He
Cage.
said his master died a while ago, so now he just does shows
He
and makes
does
a
like
living.
shows that make like he's like one of those TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he comes in, and then he makes the mirror turn into some like other dimension, and he shoots the guy into it, and then he flicks his finger, and it makes a water dropping sound, and the guy goes flying. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So so then Nick Cage starts giving him some backstory and telling him the truth about the Prime Merlinian. Now how he was Merlin's apprentice and all that shit. Nick Cage says he took an oath, but I don't remember.
Did you catch the part where he gets a little small?
He got a little small on him?
He's like, I don't want to do this or he says some shit, and Nick Cage is like, it's a part of you, no matter how small it is. And I got some of that, and I'm like, you got a small. And I'm like, yeah, and this guy's supposed to be the Prime Meridian.
Yeah, and then...
And he's making Mops and Bruins dance, like, with his dog, remember?
Oh my God!
Fantasia!
That's exactly what Fantasia.
Before
That's
that,
not yet.
Before that, you guys didn't catch the line where Nick Cage is like, what am I training for? Or training you for? A tea party? You didn't get that part?
No, I didn't hear him say that.
Oh my God, I was like, why?
Nice joke.
Who the fuck wrote that?
A tea party.
But yeah, so he goes back to his little workshop, the main character, and Hot Chick's about to come over, and they're going to have a little study/fuck session. And so he needs to clean up, and he decides to use magic.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Why would you mop up the floor in like a...
And it's literally a scene straight out of Fantasia.
Yeah, that's retarded.
And they starts going to work, and he's confident he's got things under control. And he goes and takes a shower, gets all dressed, and he's trying to get all ready and whatnot. He comes back to chaos. And the entire floor is flooded with like 2 feet of water.
Yeah.
And all the brooms and dust mops and everything is just fucking going around like crazy. And he's trying to control the entire
fucking
mess.
everything up, smashing his machine, his Tesla coil.
Yes.
And then it knocks him over.
Yeah.
And right when it knocks him over, and the electricity broke, and it's like electrocuting the water, so he's about to fall, and he's literally leaning back.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, Nick Cage pops up and fucking freezes him.
Oh no, the chick knocks on the door first.
Oh, does she?
She knocks on the door first to come in for their study date, and he's like, no, I'm sorry, I had to cancel something, gave up by it. And then he closes the door in her face. And he's trying to figure, and then Nick Cage comes in out of nowhere. He's like, what's this? And then he fucking does the little clap and then puts his hands up, and then everything just kind of disappears.
Yeah. He saves him and almost falling into the water and being electrocuted and everything.
Yeah,
if he's a sorcerer, why wouldn't he just... He's immortal, right? Kinda.
But then they get in like a little tiff and all this shit.
He gets pissed because he's talking to a girl, and he's like, you could have died because of a girl. And,
and now he thinks that the girl fucking hates him because he bailed on her.
Yeah, so he dips and he like goes to the spot where she was and just looks in like a window all weird and like stares at her and then like goes away. But then she sees him and it's like
he's
like, I like stalkers. Stalkers are cute.
She looks out the window and he's already on the other side of the street going down the road.
The whole thing.
She's sitting there chilling with her friends, still vibing, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, she's chilling. After she saw him walk across the street and everything, it's just like, and it's from the outside looking in, so you can't really hear, but you can see her like saying, like, oh, I have to go. Mm-hmm. And she goes, how the fuck does this bitch catch up to him? And
she barely does, because they go all the way down the street, and then she doesn't catch up to him until they're on the top of a roof. She was walking the stairwell like a couple stairs down.
I did not notice.
I know, like, what?
And then he opens the door, goes out to the edge, and then she's like right behind him instantly. It's like, how did you...
And he's about to launch the ring.
Yeah.
And like, what? You know magic exists, and you know what's going on. You're about to launch this fucking ring? Like, what's wrong with this kid? Like, he's a fucking selfish prick. And then the babe comes up to the roof, and she brings up the King Kong thing that happened in the beginning. And they start getting all in their feelings and shit. And then back at the spot, Okay. Man, back at the spot, a fake main character comes up and tries to trick Nick Cage. And this whole thing we find out is about a girl now. Like, back the girl from Merlin's day. Yeah. And how they were best friends, Nick Cage and the bad dude. And then, like, a classic bullshit. And he breaks free and starts fucking airbending. And then the dude shoots knives at him, but at the last second, the kid comes in and stops it. And he's just, and then it just cuts to him, and then it's just him in the frame holding his ring like, it just looks so fucking lame, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he has to act that out. Like,
yeah, he's like, hey,
imagine being in the background just,
like,
all right, ready, action!
He's just like tensing with his fist sticking out, and he's just sitting there holding his ring, and he looks so lame. And then, so then now they're on the run, and like, the other dudes, like, they get in their car, and then the bad guys get in the car, and they make the car change into a taxi. Now they're in like a whole fucking thing of taxis.
The fancy like supercars and shit.
Yeah, they're changing cars.
Magical car race.
And they go into a mirror world, and then like
they have to jump through the mirror.
Yeah.
Every time they try, and like.
And then the kid's asking Nick Cage questions, and every question he's about to ask, Nick Cage already answers it, and the kid just going. But you can tell the kid says these things anticipating that he's gonna get cut off. He goes, and then he answers the question. He answers the question. He's like, you know what I mean? You can tell he's saying, he's not getting interrupted. He's waiting to be, like, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. And they go.
He knows he's about to be interrupted, so he, like.
Oh,
like, kinda
yeah,
cuts his
stupid.
speech
Cuts himself off. And so they go through a falling piece of mirror, and Nick Cage is screaming. Right, he's holding on. They're both screaming like "ah!" Before they go in, they make it, and then it cuts real quick, and Nick Cage is just staring at the kid. Like he was screaming "ah!" It cuts. They're in. Next scene is him staring at the kid. Like it was just such
like
a weird.
I had it all along.
It was like ah!
You like that?
It was so fucking weird. It was so weird. And then the kid turns the car into a fucking hoopty, and then the fucking bad guys get
I was
away.
trying to make theirs into a hoopty.
It's like you're an idiot.
I bet poor Pooch has been chilling the whole time because I think he's at his crib.
What Pooch?
He's a dog. He has like a little English bulldog or something.
He's got the other dude there watching the dog. His friend. His roommate.
Oh, yeah.
He's good. Alright, what was next?
Nick Cage tells them about the babe and how it's like a story about a babe. And then it cuts to the bad guys, and the main bad guy kills the Chris Angel looking one, and then he opens up the doll to the woman one. And then the bad guy goes and he captures the babe, and they're at the office of the bar dude. Nick Cage is in a sinking rug.
What took him so long to open it for everybody else?
Yeah, why didn't he just open them all at once?
I don't understand.
And why did he kill the guy?
It's like, all right, you're free, you're free, you're
could
free,
only
you're
have
free,
one?
you're free, you're free, you're free.
And where was
Everyone's
the
free.
guy from the dragon in the beginning? He was dead?
Yeah, they killed him. Cage killed him. He burned him alive.
Wait, so when you killed the dragon, the guy died, but not the people that were in the dragon?
He killed the guy.
But not the dragon.
And then the dragon died, and then the people came back.
That's ridiculous. Okay, so...
It's magic.
Yeah, so Nick Cage is going...
It serves no explanation.
Yeah. Hold on. He captures the babe. Yeah, so, yeah, he's got the babe captured. And then Nick Cage is in, like, a fucking sinking rug. And now it's a standoff. Homie takes the cock ring off, and he gives him the fucking doll in order to get his babe back. He lets the chick go. Nick Cage is going to fight them by himself.
And he's like, you can't go. He's like, no, I don't have any choice or some shit. And then he just dips. I was like, nice exit. He's like, oh, and he does one of these. He's like, you know you can't defeat him yourself. Like, you're not powerful enough. He's like, I ain't got any choice. He's like,
He's like hoping he'll tell him.
He his head and then like slowly turns and like walks out. I was like, nice exit.
And the girl is like tripping out, and so the kid comes up to her and he just starts telling her he's a sorcerer, and he starts dropping all this shit and describes what's going to happen, and it sounds so stupid. He's like, Morgana is going to kill everyone. Just like, what are you telling this girl? Like, I don't.
You're the love of my life.
Know,
and I'm telling you that I am a sorcerer, and the world is about to fucking end.
Yeah, like, what?
Yeah, here's a little kid.
She's just like,
you have a crush on her.
okay.
You don't see her for years. You meet her like 2 days ago, and you're like, oh yeah, it'd be cool, normal. She's like, hey, like I gotta go do some shit. I'll be back.
Yeah, she'd be like, what do I do with this information?
Hey, by the way, if you didn't already like me, because I'm weird and shit, I'm a sorcerer, and I gotta fight Morgana, and she's gonna kill everyone, and the whole world's gonna end, and all this shit. It's like, she didn't need to know that. She could usually be like, alright, I gotta dip and do some sketchy shit. Like, what the fuck?
So I thought this next part was pretty funny. He like calls his homie, his roommate, and then it's all dramatic. You know, he's trying to tell him like what's this and that.
He's on a rug with candles and
in
their apartment with some.
But then it's a callback to a talk they were having in the beginning of how, you know, the main character doesn't feel like whatever he doesn't participate in fucking the normal activities or whatever. He's like more secluded, and then like so it's all dramatic, and then the roommate's like, I don't know what you're into, Dave, but you're definitely participating, and like and I thought that was pretty funny. And then he's like, they're both like, oh, like it's this that, and then like they hang up, and it's straight like I thought that was pretty funny. That was pretty good. And so the woman is summoned and starts blasting. He told this chick she has to go up and move the satellite to disrupt it. Like, you're giving this chick like this job. This is like the third time you've hung out. Oh my god, you gotta climb a fucking skyscraper and fucking move a satellite.
If you want to date me, sweetheart, this is what it's gonna be like.
She looks so confused, so confused.
I just dropped some knowledge on you. I'm a sorcerer and all this shit.
Magic is real and we're all in danger.
We just started chilling. I helped you out with your midterm, but I need you to do me a favor now. What? I'm a sorcerer and I need you to climb that building, go up the antenna, fucking kick a satellite so this fucking demon lady doesn't kill everybody in the end, destroy the whole world.
And brooms are bullshit.
And then
she just sit there like, okay.
And then this is when he asks her, because he's about to leave, she has to go do that, and he goes, well, just, you know, I might die tonight, I might not come back, I just gotta know, what did that note say in 4th grade? And she's like, don't die and I'll tell you. Classic.
Oh my god.
So Nick Cage steps up.
Okay, yeah, no problem, I won't die because I really want to know the answer to this.
Just skate better.
I really
Just skate better. That's all that whole situation.
So Nick Cage steps up, and he's trying to, you know, he's fighting them. he starts battling.
You got Raj over here.
Yeah.
Stacking out beers and shit on the side.
Hold on. I have Nick Cage steps to him. At least they're fighting. He starts battling a bull statue.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's like bullshit or something. Or he says
A bull statue.
Yeah, and it's the bronze bull in like New York, like in the city that people always take pictures on. Like,
Yeah.
Is it New York? That's Detroit, no?
No.
They have
It's
them
New
all,
York?
There's a couple of them in New York.
Okay.
And then it cuts to like this girl climbing this fucking massive thing. It's insane.
And then they start doing this shit. They do the summoning and all this shit happens before the girl's getting up to the thing. So remember the giant fire pentagon just goes in.
Yeah, in the sky.
How
Nobody notices this shit?
Nobody noticed
So
a fucking
stupid.
flaming pentagon floating in the air over New York City while like a giant beam of light is coming out of this demon woman in the fucking like in the park. What the no? What happened to the rule in the beginning? Don't let normal people see magic.
I don't get
fuck it. We're trying to put a fucking 7-mile wide fucking
I mean,
pentagon.
they're
in there.
evil, so they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I guess now
Yeah,
rules don't
but-
apply. They're saving the world.
This whole time, so basically
What do
told
laws
that-
mean to criminals?
It only means exactly. But he tells this kid, "Hey, when you're learning magic, don't let people see it." But everybody who's higher in power than you, well, you're supposed to be higher in power than them, but they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want, and you can just have dragons and fucking pentagons flying in the air and all types of fucking.
Novakin!
So it gets all crazed and all this shit happens. Like the fire goes out, and now the chick is laying down, and Cage is about to go make out with a dead woman or something. But then he stands over her, and then he summons Morgana or whatever from her into him, right?
Yeah.
So now he's getting fucked up, and she pops out and goes to fireball them, and the kid with no ring stops it because of course now he's fucking ready.
And he says Dragon Ball
This
Z
kid is
it
such
up.
a fucking loser. I can't take him seriously. I have it written down right here. He's trying. Okay, I thought this was pretty funny. He's trying to shoot at her, and it's just not working. You know, she's trying.
God, I got some fucking.
But he shoots, and then he hits something else, but it's kind of like, so I think he was doing it as distraction.
Oh my god, because he goes. She's like, "Is that all you got?" He's like, "Yeah, but I brought a little science with me or some shit." Right? Doesn't he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Jack
cables
got
come
something.
out from the generator placed behind it.
Well, the
first of
sentient
all-
mop.
Yeah.
The sentient mop. Why don't you just mop all the way to the fucking park? How did he flip a switch? The
Imagine
mop.
eating at a donut shop at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, when this is all happening. You're just shit-faced, and all of a sudden you look to the right, and there's a mop walking down the street,
Yes.
going towards the park, and you're looking over there, and some light show, and then you look up, there's flames in the sky! You think it's the fucking Armageddon's about to happen!
Stupid.
No, I was getting so I was like, I'm like, all should I do is whatever, kick the satellite, and that's it. I was like, how did thousands-year-old of magic the only time it works? It has to bounce off a modern-day satellite on top of a
Oh yeah, how did it work 1,000 years ago?
Mirrors.
How?
Yeah.
So, when this demon finally gets summoned back again, all this shit happens.
Satellites are modern-day mirrors.
So then now they're like, we tried to take over the world all this time, blah, blah, blah. Oh, shit. The satellite that wasn't around thousands of years ago, it just got moved out of the way. What were your plans before? How does
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It needs modern day technology to take over the world, but yet they've been trying it for thousands of years. I don't know. Just fucking
So
stupid shit.
the fucking sentient mop makes another appearance and turns the switch with no thumbs, and then all electricity fucking basically turns this woman into Swiss cheese. The fucking woman, and then she's dead, and the Cage is apparently dead, and the kid is attempting to bring him back to life, and it works. Nick Cage makes out with the chick, and then Dave's chick comes in hot, and then cue the same fucking song again. The fucking One Republic song comes on again right here.
Yeah, the kid was fucking fighting. All his moves were like Dragon Ball Z moves. He's like,
Yeah, the Kamehameha.
And it was like in a fucking automatic rifle. It's like, beep, 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 beep,
Yeah,
beep,
but
beep,
he's like
beep,
doing
beep,
like,
beep, beep, beep,
oh
beep.
god, like fucking Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, so
And
then
then-
it cuts to the thing, and then
hold
they're
on,
like,
and then
they're,
he- oh, okay,
they're
go
about to like dip, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, what did he say?
Oh, because oh yeah, go
They're
yeah.
about to
say.
like dip, and like
He
after
goes. They're
Yeah,
like, what are
it's
he making out? And then he goes, how about breakfast in France?
Yeah, and then they get on the metal fucking
The
rickety
Metal
rod,
Eagle.
and like,
How?
it's 10 years.
Thank you.
It
That's
takes 10 hours to get there in a normal
Going
plane
600
going 600
miles
an hour at 40,000 feet.
Exactly what I wrote.
I go, it's
how
gonna take a
fast
long
does that
time.
thing go?
I'm like,
What the?
It would take a long time to fly from New York to France on a metal bird from the
What the fuck? I hope
1800s. You got the gargoyle from
statue. Yeah, what the
It's
fuck?
like
Took fucking an hour to fly across the city.
It took him all night to get there. Where was he at?
Did you notice that too, Paul?
Yeah.
Did you have it written down?
No, I didn't.
Damn.
And then
I
somewhere,
noticed
and then what they're doing that, and then it showed something about, but that's the Mickey Mouse hat with the star on it. You know, like the
for
Mickey
Fantasia?
Mouse. Yeah, like
No,
he
I
has
didn't
like the
see
little
it.
like cloak on,
Yeah.
and like the Mickey Mouse hat, like the blue with little stars.
I just put she's cool with the gargoyle. Like
Yeah.
as soon as it comes
It's
up,
cool
she's
at
like,
riding there.
"Oh, okay, that's all right. Yeah, we're gonna go on that
I'm
thing."
gonna sit on this metal gargoyle
4 weeks. Yeah.
to fly. You wanna go to France? Can we just go hop on a plane?
Yeah.
I'll take
Make us some money or something
2
like
weeks
that.
less than the fucking fly there. But yeah, I got some, and it showed that hat.
Fun
So
fact: gargoyles spawn wormholes.
Oh.
So, all right, the movie's over. Thank God. This was so
Thank
fucking
Jesus.
bad.
It was
All right,
a
let's
pain
go
in the
around.
ass to watch.
Let's go around and give our rate it and give our opinion. Bobby, you want to set it off?
3.
Okay.
Just stupid. I don't know. It's like it wasn't a bad made movie. Like, obviously, it's Disney, so they put money into it, and it was like
Bad.
it was that part. But it's like God, the
Yeah.
story. None of this shit makes sense. Like you just keep it's all contradicting itself. I don't know. It's just fucking stupid. I don't know. The movie sucked.
I'm at like a 1.5.
Yeah. I think I'm like a 1. I thought
Damn.
it was so. I thought it was so.
It was hard to
bad.
watch.
I
It was
hated it.
painful.
I hated it.
Every scene, I'm like, all right, is it done yet?
I know. I was waiting for this fucking
Yeah.
one to be done. But all right,
Yeah,
I guess let's we'll get the hell out of here. Let us
Yeah,
know
fine.
what the fucking time it is. Talk shit. Leave us some movies we should fucking
Yeah, give us
review. If you're listening to this, you can't fight, and you're probably fucking hideous and
I
a
hate
loser.
everyone.
Oh yeah. All right, peace.